history and a great moment for rugby in New Zealand. Hewson up and through, a chance for Wilson. Wilson pulls it down. That's right. 5 minutes into injury time, Alan Hewson has a chance to win the series for New Zealand. And he's done it! Fox in pass, and the first try scored by an individual in the World Cup. Kerwin. It's Spencer. Cullen away. Oh,
Eden Park is New Zealand's #1 rugby ground. Since 1921, it has been home to some of the greatest international rugby matches ever played. Bob Scott played 67 games for Auckland and 17 test matches for the All Blacks between 1946 and 1952. He is still widely regarded as one of the greatest ever All Black fullbacks because of his speed, balance and kicking skills. Even though he is 91 years old, he still remembers his first game at Eden Park.
I would have played there before the war, before I went away overseas. It was with a motor transport pool. It was an army outfit, and I was the fullback for it. Most of them were actually rugby league players, believe it or not.
In 1946, New Zealand beat Australia at Eden Park. Bob Scott was the hero that day with 3 penalty goals winning the game.
I never ever thought of it along those lines. I had a job to do. There's so many times that so many other people who have done so much at in that particular game possibly. There might have been one before that, even though the goal kicker might have kicked, half a dozen goals.
Sir Colin Meads is regarded as one of the world's greatest ever forwards. He played for New Zealand from 1957 to 1971, playing 55 tests and was named New Zealand's Player of the Century in 1999. He played his first game at Eden Park as a youngster.
I first played at Eden Park in 1949 in the Roller Mills final. We played, I think it was East Auckland, because Auckland used to have 2 or 3 teams in it, the North Aucklands and South Auckland and East and West. There used to be a North Harbour in those days, and we got beaten in the final. We were the curtain raiser to Auckland playing Wellington.
He was a hard Kiwi rugby player, but he still had challenging games at Eden Park, such as a memorable Ranfurly Shield challenge for King Country against Auckland.
We had a reasonably good side. We've just got over our top. We had a top union for a fair while there, and we just got past that. And it was a big challenge to play at Eden Park, to play Auckland for a Ranfurly Shield game, but I think we got beaten about a score like 17-6 or 17-8 or something like that, but that was a very big day.
In 1971, Colin Meads was captain for the All Blacks in the 4th test at Eden Park against the British Isles. The match ended in a draw, but the result was a test series victory to the British Isles, their first ever series win. It was a very disappointing game for Meads.
How did I feel after the game? I was disappointed, and then I had to go down to the Lions dressing room with Willie John McBride and all my mates in there, and they were patting me on the back and said, "Don't worry, it's our turn," but I was still upset.
Andy Dalton was a great All Black hooker and was part of the 1987 World Cup winning side, but was unable to play because of his hamstring injury.
Yeah, it was pretty frustrating, and Brian Lahore, who was the coach, told me that if I didn't play in the quarters, I wouldn't be able to get a run in the semis and finals unless Sean got injured, and of course he was playing so well, so he didn't help me. Very frustrating, but again, good to be part of a winning team.
Even though he did not get to play in the World Cup final at Eden Park, he still got to hold up the trophy at the end of the match.
I didn't even really want to go up in front of the grandstand, to be honest. I was pretty happy the job had been done, and it was time for Kirky and the guys that had played to get the recognition. But Brian Lahore and a couple of other guys grabbed hold of me and dragged me up there.
Andy played in many memorable tests at Eden Park, such as the 1981 Test match against South Africa, where both sides were attacked by flower bombs from a protester who was flying a plane above the park. The pilot was protesting against apartheid, which was happening in South Africa.
And you can see Gary Knight was struck by a flower bomb dropped from the plane. Now I guess that would be a tremendous thump.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing, Willie. We had a lot of things to concentrate on around the game, and then we had all those things happening with protesters and planes flying low over the park. And I can remember pulling my head out of a scrum and seeing this plane coming straight at us, which was pretty spooky. So every time we got together in a scrum or a ruck, I was pretty happy because I didn't have to watch it. Whereas Stu Wilson out on the wing, he was complaining having to watch this thing come at them. It's pretty spooky, actually.
Next year, Eden Park will be hosting the World Cup semi-finals and the final. In preparation for this, the park is currently being redeveloped at a cost of $240 million, which will increase the capacity from 48,000 to 60,000 seats.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. It's been 2 years of a lot of hardship in terms of running the operations while we've been under construction. But it's as you have a look around here, you're looking at the old stand at the moment and behind me. You have a look at the new one, it's just going to be fantastic. And 60,000 people here for the final of the Rugby World Cup. It's just going to be an absolute buzz.
The Garden of Eden's always had, it's had a lot of important games, a lot of important test matches on it. And obviously with the new redevelopment of the whole stadium, it's a great atmosphere to be a part of. I regard it as one of the top stadiums here in New Zealand.
As you have seen, there have been many legendary games at Eden Park. We think there will be many more legendary games at Eden Park, and they will still have the same feeling of greatness, even with the new redevelopment.